Good evening, Jake.
Good evening, and we have beautiful skies. It's looking to be a little bit cold tonight, but we have a great day for the KTVA Game of the Week. And what a matchup we have here between the Wasilla Warriors and the North Pole Patriots. Last week's storyline was injuries for Wasilla. That did not seem to bother them. 50-20, they beat Colony, really steamrolled them. Give credit to the defense holding the Knights scoreless in the first half, but it was the run game that carried the team to victory. 201 yards on 27 carries for Devin Otto and 200 yards on 10 carries for the sophomore Mosiah Rank. I'll do the math for you. That's 20 yards per carry. 7 touchdowns between the two backs. That'll be a key again tonight. And on the other side of the ball, North Pole coming in with a 4-2 record, but both of those losses came against rail belt teams. That bodes well for Wasilla. Patriots have proven they can put points up in bunches, averaging almost 40 a game. Where they struggle, though, is on the defensive end. Just 2 starters from last year returning on defense. Wasilla head coach Kent Relatos is making his own defense the emphasis today.
Their offense is very potent, you know, and their defense gives up some points, but I think with if you get into a scoring battle with them, you have to make sure you come up out on top. And so we put a lot of emphasis defensively this week is keep them to 20 to 30 points. You know, cut their regular games into half, and then go from there.
Now, this matchup starts in just about 10 minutes, so we'll see you back here at 10 o'clock for highlights of this game and other games from around the area, Dave.
Good evening, Jake.
It was a great night, Dave. It was a cold night, but I'll tell you what, the Wasilla Warriors were definitely on fire tonight. Let's get you right to the highlights. The Patriots trying to come into tonight, trying to spoil senior night. Devin Otto trying to make sure that does not happen. He kept things going tonight. 4 touchdowns last week, 2 tonight. Here he is, 7 yards out. That puts the Warriors up 14-0 earlier on. And the Patriots trying to keep up. Andrew Rogers deep to Garrett Woolman inside the 10, but North Pole cannot turn that into any points. Meanwhile, the Warriors were marching. Otto again, this time from 40 yards out. He takes it in for the score. Wasilla blows by the Patriots 49-21. Here's what Otto had to say after the game.
You know, senior night, I mean, we came out here and, you know, it's really nice to play out of conference. I mean, the North Pole team isn't that far out of conference. I mean, it was just a couple years ago they used to be here. So North Pole for us is a pretty common opponent. And senior night, you know, there's always a lot of energy. We just came off of a big homecoming win. So, you know, we still have the energy. We're fired up, ready to go play Palmer next week.
So not as many touchdowns as last week. You had 4 last week, 2 this week, but still a good running game for you guys. Talk about your just your offensive line.
I really think our offensive line is, I mean, they're still doing fantastic. You know, with a team like North Pole, the North Pole team likes to blitz a lot, but I really feel like our guys went out there and picked it up.
Palmer, playing a good game against Colony right now. I think they're actually winning, and I think they'll win this game. But talk about playing them next week. What kind of a matchup are you looking for?
The thing with Palmer, I mean, their record really doesn't say anything about their team. I mean, you got Chase Ferris, who's just an excellent running back. I mean, he's out there grinding out yards. So, I mean, the matchup next week is going to be a battle.
And not just bragging rights next week, but also playoff implications for the Warriors and the Moose. We'll send it back to you, Dave.